to send him some wine pretty soon. He's getting ready to do a blog about some wines that we're going to be sending. Good. So this is Scott Jordan, and we are live here at Cellars of Sonoma. And we just had a little question, a quiz, and we asked, Sangiovese is a star grape varietal in wines from Missouri, Spain, Italy, or France. And the answer to that, Dan from Iowa got that one pretty easy. And
just think Chianti. It's Tuscany, Italy.
That's right. And so when you see Chianti, think about Sangiovese. Here in California,
we like to call it Sangiovese. Oh, who's the new guest?
Who was
What's
that?
Her name?
Who was the new guest, Kevin?
It says guest 3008.
I love guest 3008. That's the best name.
So tell the guests to put a name with that so we can shout out their name.
Okay.
But, somebody yelled out that answer. Yeah, in fact, we went to that region. My wife works for Gallo.
Oh, nice.
And they have a product over there. What the heck was the name of that? That's Da Vinci. Da Vinci. And we actually went to the Da Vinci winery, although it took us about 2 hours to find it, and we were only a mile away. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, Europe kind of can do that to you.
Oh, man, we were so lost. But it was it was a neat...
When you go to Europe, you really know you're not in Kansas anymore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Gracie.
Gracie?
Thanks, Gracie, for tuning in.
Gracie. That sounds like one of my cats. I'll bet you that was my wife.
Actually, I had a dog named Gracie.
Is that right? I have a cat named Gracie. I don't know. All right, so good answer. Good answer.
Was that old guy he's dead now, the actor, his wife? Oh, George Burns. His wife's name is Gracie?
His wife was named Gracie.
Yeah, see?
You're pretty smart.
I know. I'm not, blonde hair, but I guess it's brown.
Wow. All right, I think I know what this one is.
Okay. So I'm guessing Sonoma Coast for this one.
Wow. Now I got to look at color. You're worrying me. I really thought I knew that one.
Well, I really, I'm going with Sonoma Coast because, actually from what the clues you've given, which were that it would be a little bit more earthy than Russian River. Russian River would be more fruit-driven. And I feel that this one has a little bit more earthy qualities into it.
Well, I think that I'm getting a little bit of mushroom with this. And I'm leaning toward Donaw's Estate Pinot that sits up about 600-foot elevation, and it tends to be a real...
Is it Coast or Carneros?
No, it's Russian River.
Russian River. Okay, well, you might be right. I mean, I don't know.
And I smell it a lot. So, but Right now, I'm not doing so well. You're kicking my butt here, so.
I was just going by the clues you gave me.
I know.
But right.
Spot on.
Oh, man.
Well, because we've had that in the room now.
And you know it already. I don't have house palate. Okay.
Here's Donaw Estate Pinot. That's a beautiful wine. Elegant wine to the finish. It's got that funky stuff going on in the nose. It threw us off when we first looked at it.
Yeah.
You got a question, Kevin? Go ahead.
Yeah. Can you tell me a specific characteristic from each of the appellations?
Oh, okay. So the question is a characteristic that's unique to each of the appellations.
Well, Carneros is the nose.
Yeah.
I mean, Carneros has a funky nose that nobody else has. I mean, Carneros Pinot is Carneros Pinot, period.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you can't pick out a Carneros Pinot, then...
Yeah, it's fairly distinct.
Yeah,
I think Russian River, you're getting into an earthier nose. You're probably getting into more of that, mushroom. Sonoma Coast, I get more strawberries and things like that. Where they're
and Russian River is more is darker in color.
Yes, exactly. Right.
Although the Bono, he somehow extracted a lot of color on that. A lot of times Carneros is going to be really light, but that was a nice color.
Well, there's some areas in Carneros that could get a little warm, but there's few and far between.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, and then if you get a little further north, in the hotter regions, you're going to get more mineral, and you're going to get some wines in Mendocino, for example, that are kind of like what you see in Oregon. And they're deep
dark colors.
Yeah, absolutely. So there was the Donaw 2006. Gotta love that. Wow, I nailed. All right. I'm tying you. I'm tying you. All right. 2 and 1.5. How does that work?
Well, you got a half point at that one.
Why? Because they're taking points away from me. I love that. All right.
Just because Dan loves me.
All right. So, wow.
So these are my thoughts. I'm never one to hold back. Logically, I think it's Sonoma Coast because I'm thinking Ron hasn't put a Sonoma Coast in here yet. But I have to say it's really reminiscent of number one, which was Russian River. So like my palate says Russian River. Logically, I'm saying Sonoma Coast. That way I have to answer.
Well, and those and those of you from other parts of the country, when we're talking the difference in Appalachian, we're talking like 5 miles. At most.
Yeah.
It's not a big distance at all.
No.
Yeah, I'm.
But it's really reminiscent of number one. But I just keep thinking he should have thrown in a Sonoma Coast by now. But anyways, I'm going Russian River.
No, you said Sonoma Coast.
I said logically Sonoma Coast.
Oh, but you're going back to Russian River.
I said I kind of go both ways. Like my palate says Russian River.
Oh, it's interesting because I was going to do Russian River.
Well, my palate says Russian River. My logic says Sonoma Coast because we haven't had a Sonoma Coast yet. But
for some reason that seems deeper in color than I'm used to.
I'm thinking. I mean, that's what I don't know. But so I'll just go Russian River. What the hell? Let's just see.
Are you going to do that?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Russian River.
You're going to go with Russian River?
Stick with Russian River.
I don't know. Can we get one more question in, Andy, and then cut and then? All right. So I'm going to do a question. This is a new segment that we do where we ask questions, and those of you watching can answer at home if you like. We're gonna try to stump the band. This is a kind of a fun one. I brought this today because we have a new producer, Amorosa Bella, that makes sparkling wine.
Oh, really?
And
oh my God, I'm so excited to know that.
Yeah, she makes a Brut and a Brut Rosé. That's the one who had the Pinot.
Okay.
And the fantastic wines. Anyway, so I kind of gave away this. Anyway, true or false question.
You did give that
Prosecco is a type of sparkling wine. Prosecco is a part of a sparkling wine. Think about that one. And we're going to take a little break. We'll be right back with the answer to the question. You're here at Cellars in Sonoma in beautiful Railroad Square, Santa Rosa, California.